Hello and welcome to Cook TV. Today we are doing the US presidential election candidate thingy.
Nominations for the primaries, and we could basically say who we could possibly support. So first of all, from the Democratic Party, or three of them, since one or two dropped out, I believe.
But
you have the former. No, because one was actually in the debate and dropped out.
Yeah.
You have the former United States Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, from, is that New York? I think she's from New York, I guess.
Yeah,
Former Governor Martin O'Malley, who I probably will end up supporting over Clinton, and United States Senator Bernie Sanders, who
he looks
used
so
to be,
creepy in that photo.
who used to be an independent but is now a Democrat. Okay, and scroll down to the 1 million Republicans. You have former Governor Jeb Bush, George Bush's brother. You have Dr. Ben Carson. You have Governor Chris Christie. You have US Senator Ted Cruz. You have businesswoman Carly Fiorina. Is it Fiorina? Former Governor Jim Gilmore. I didn't even know that guy existed. US Senator Lindsey Graham. Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. Governor Bobby Jindal. Governor Joe Kasich. Former Governor George Pataki.
Rand Paul.
US Senator Rand Paul. US Senator Marco Rubio. Former US Senator Rick Santorum.
Ugh.
And you can't stump the Trump. Donald Trump, who should be president just by definition.
It's all about Phil Byrne.
If you start with the
Democrats.
Tom can outline why he loves Bernie Sanders so much.
No, let's start with the top, which is Hillary Clinton.
Who will probably win it anyway.
Please, Bernie. Please, Bernie. Well, basically, Clinton. Not really a supporter, either of us.
Hey, don't speak for yourself.
Okay, then he was a supporter of Hillary Clinton.
I'm sorry to get.
Well, I'm not a supporter, mainly because she is in debt, basically, with the banks and the Rothschilds and JP Morgan.
Although she did currently say the other day saying she wouldn't bail out the banks.
She did say that.
But that's because she's jumping to the left because of the rise in support from
Bernie.
What's his tits?
Bernie.
And then
Bernie's Bay.
you have Martin O'Malley, who I think was governor of.
He's basically just
No, he was governor of.
basically just Biden.
Was it Baltimore?
Pretty much.
What was that one that completely messed up? With all the riots the other year?
It was Baltimore, yeah.
It was Baltimore, Maryland, yeah. He basically, I think he was on stage mayor at that. No, he was governor of Maryland, which is obviously where Baltimore was. We think we're not very good at American geography. So, but I think that was before that. Oh damn!
This
We're so
wonderful
professional. Oh, that was me hitting the table. I'm sorry. He's not very good at this sort of stuff.
Hey.
Right, so basically he was governor of it before it all kicked off, and then, but apparently it was going really well until he left. That's what sort of claimed. That's what I've heard from my snippets of debates. And then you have the communist, socialist Sanders.
He's not even a socialist.
Sanders. But go on.
Alright, Bernie Bay. Bernie Sanders from Vermont, US Senator.
Do you actually know any of his policy positions at all?
Yes, I do.
Then outline them.
First off, he wants to raise minimum wage.
Yeah, so does Hillary.
Yeah. Basically, she's taken all of her...
Well, no, she's been for minimum wage for ages.
Has she?
Yeah.
Fuck me. I know she jumped to the left recently.
Rather not.
Pardon?
Rather not, fuck you.
That's offensive.
Tumblr is offensive. I'm sorry, Tumblr, don't kill me. But yeah, carry on.
Are you taking the role of Steve on now?
Carry on.
Basically,
Carry on my way. Carry on.
I can play that song.
Carry on, shut up.
There's a guitar over there. Basically, Bernie Sanders is amazing.
President Emperor Caesar.
Just
okay,
oh my god,
so
this is amazing.
Under other Democrats, it states President Emperor Caesar from Florida. Now, Thomas, keep ranting about Bernie Sanders while I check this guy out, please.
Well, I know who I'm voting for.
But why?
These nuts.
But why?
No, but Bernie Sanders is basically, he's a social democrat. At most, he's still pretty damn capitalistic, actually. But, yeah, we're just looking at President Emperor Caesar.
Keep talking.
Basically, Sanders wants to raise minimum wage, increase amount of tax for high wage earners, obviously, it's just something to do. And then he's now apparently full communist, according to any Republican.
Oh, he basically
Who is
ran in 2008 and 2012. He's sort of like these like parody. So, okay, where are we now? Go all the
Now.
way down. So you
Jeb
have
Bush.
former Governor Jeb Bush, who, what quite amused me about the Republicans, and for one, there's some things Donald Trump is correct on. In terms of the 9/11 tragedy, Republicans always claim you can't blame Bush for 9/11, yet they're perfectly fine for blaming Bill Clinton when it was to happen during George Bush's. No. It was when the Republicans always say, George Bush kept us safe. And then Democrats are like, well, he didn't, because 9/11 happened. Watch. Oh, you can't do that because he's only 8 months into his presidency. Yet they blame. I don't know precisely what the issue is, but they blame Bill Clinton for stuff that happened during George Bush's presidency, which is illogical. And Donald Trump basically called him up on this, and Fox News were like, "No, you can't. You're going away from all the talking points. You naughty word."
Fox News are
So that was Jeb Bush basically defended him, and he's 9% in the polls. I think he's on.
Jeb Bush. Isn't Trump actually pulling high?
Trump's winning. Well, Trump and Carson.
America.
Trump.
You were doing so well. You weren't doing well, but you know.
Trump and Carson are winning alternating polls. Right, basically, then you have Ben Carson,
who's creationist.
world-renowned neurosurgeon, and he talks like this, and he's really quiet and starts smoking, and he thinks he could rally behind. He thinks he could rally a bunch of guys to rush a shooter if they were all behind him. That's what he said during I think it was Ohio, the recent shooting, and when he was it Ohio?
He said that.
He said they asked what he would do in a situation like that, and he said, "Well, I would get everyone behind me to rush the shooter, then so he can include him, so he can kill us all." That's what he said, and then laugh. And as he walked off, thing as in to say something like joke about.
He's the gunner. Basically, he's creationist. If you guys didn't know,
then that matters why.
Yeah, because
it's politics. You want to construct the next apocalypse? One's religion should not come into one's politics. End of story. So don't shut about him being creationist. Governor Chris Christie from New Jersey. I think this is the one that got a lot of stick from Republicans when he hugged President Obama during Hurricane Katrina. So do that as you will. U.S. Senator Ted Cruz. I think his parents are Cuban, aren't they?
Pardon?
Same as Marco Rubio. His parents are Cuban.
Canadian.
Oh yeah, Canadian. Which one's Cuban? The other one. Marco Rubio and someone else. There's 2 Cuban borns, and his parents were Canadian. That was one. I don't know many of his political positions. I don't know many of his political positions either, but
get the cock out of my mouth.
Do you know any of his political positions, or do you just hate him because he's Republican? Because you're that sort of backwards.
Pretty much. No, he's really big on the anti-gay marriage thing. So.
Oh right.
That's enough reason.
So it's one policy, one.
It's big enough reason. And
just an entire presidential race.
Plus, he's a Republican.
One policy.
Yeah, but who do you think I'm honestly going to go for, Tom?
Okay.
I'm not going to go for any of these.
Businesswoman Carly Fiorina, who I think was head of computer giant HP Picard. And I think I don't know what happened. I think she messed up. So I know Donald Trump's going on about, I was a good businessman. She wasn't a very good businesswoman. Yeah, I have to be careful there. And he said businessman then. But yeah, I know that she did well on the first Republican debate. The first time they did it, they have the top 7 in one category, and the rest of them in another stage.
Will you stop slamming, Thomas?
Sorry. On another stage earlier on, and she basically kicked everyone's ass on the lower stage, and then sort of graduated. Former Governor Jim Gilmore, never even heard of him.
He looks a bit like
He looks like he's serving a god.
No. You know, Men in Black. What's his name? Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes. We have Tommy Lee Jones.
I'm happy. He's got my vote.
U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, again, not sure.
Don't know.
Oh,
Mike Huckabee.
I think it might have been Mike Huckabee. No, I know, he was an ex-pastor. And he played banjo.
Let me tell you about Mike Huckabee. Mike Huckabee, I believe,
LeftyBullshit.com.
Mike Huckabee was the man who said it was good that Texas were rallying people with guns against everyone else in America.
I love Texas.
He actually seems to want to start another civil war.
I like Texas. We stood shoulder to shoulder with Travis in Texas.
Redneck.
What?
Redneck.
And then we have Governor Bobby Jindal.
You just sound like a total racist
in the governor, he's an Indian, I think he's Indian, of Indian descendants. And no, I'm laughing because he's got. I think he polls at 0.1% or 1%, something stupid like that.
Right, so he's in the Republican poll, and he's well then again, Ben Carson. They're not that racist this time.
No. Why I laugh is because obviously he's an Indian ethnicity man, so he's not white. But in the Governor Mansion, the portrait of him depicts him as a white man. Why? Because he's a Republican.
Racism.
No, he wanted it that way. Okay, John Kasich, I can't say his name.
Isn't it Kite or something like that?
I thought, no, it is Kasich. He's Kasich, I'm sure it is. Again, don't know anything about him. We're not very professional. Former Governor George Pataki.
He just sounds like George Takei.
Yeah.
And I love George Takei.
Maybe he's gay.
Well, he's a Republican. US Senator Rand Paul. Okay, Republicans, you actually did well.
He's a libertarian, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Both these. This time it just fell face first.
Died.
Is that recording?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It's versatile.
No, he's a libertarian. But he's
I
a
like
right-wing libertarian, which is fun.
It started stupid as an ideology, but I actually...
Libertarianism is an ideology stupid anyway.
Can you fuck off, Orwell? No, Orwell's a nightmare.
No, that was James Bond.
Yeah.
Okay,
But Rand Paul, I like him. He's actually quite well. I'm sure. I don't agree with all his politics. Obviously, he's still very much trickle down. But
you mean trickle down economics, by the way?
Oh, very true. Yes, trickle down economics. I'll add the extra, whichever you knew what I meant anyway.
You've seen a lot of our viewers. A lot of our viewers come from watching Steve, not watching me.
Oh God. Basically,
we don't need an explanation for trickle down economics. Let's just finish the damn video. U.S. Senator Marco Rubio. I think this is the Cuban. His parents fled from Cuba, and now he's running for president. That's all I know about him, literally. U.S. Senator Rick Santorum.
Wanker, anti-gay.
And businessman Donald Trump. You can't stop the Trump. I love Donald Trump. Donald Trump is bae.
We are convinced he's...
I want to build a wall around Mexico. No, we are convinced. Get out of your tin hats that he's a Democratic plant because he went to Hillary Clinton was at his wedding. And we basically think that he was planted in the Republican race in order to try and sort of give them a really, really crap opposition. But it'll be funny if this completely backfires on everyone. I may be wrong.
And
he becomes president. I need to win the White House. I'll just buy it. But Terry Penn told us
Look what happened yesterday. You can't say this kind of stuff.
So that was Donald Trump, whose I think sole policy position is to build a wall with a glorious big hole in it, because apparently the rapists and the killers and the thieves.
Last time there was a big wall built separating two peoples. It went so well.
What, the Great Wall of China?
Berlin.
The Great Wall! I couldn't keep you out of China.
I think more of the Berlin Wall, you know.
Well, that was communism for you. Let's see if there are any stupid Republicans running. Oh, wait.
Yeah, that's all. Isn't that synonymous?
Oh, look, there's a cook.
Oh, wow. Even your family can be stupid sometimes. There's a man, a certain man, whose name is ISIS Elijah.
And he's running for the Republican nomination.
I'm guessing he's got about 0.00000, not even 1%, not even 0.00001%.
Eugene Hunt.
It rhymes.
Oh, this guy will win. Abraham Israel. He'll win.
Well, you've seen that pro
Israel Republican or not. Jim Lynch will lynch you.
Thoughts on America continuing support with Israel?
I like Israel. That's that. Well, that was basically our video for today, because we haven't put anything up in a while and we decided to be nice to you all. Yeah. Thank you! And I nearly burped then.
We're so sorry you have to deal with more of our shit.
Well, actually, no, this is... by the way, we're introducing Tom. This is Tom.
Oh, yes! I have.
Introducing Tom.
We recorded some literally...
But one's an hour long. We can't remember what's in there, so we have to sort of go back and review it all, and then see if it's actually...
They're never going to get that uploaded. It's never. We're too lazy. He has too much law work. I'm just far too lazy, and I need to obviously more time pushing.
But hopefully, I'll have a new phone, a sexy new phone. So hopefully I'll be able to start putting stuff.
I have a less sexy new phone.
So yeah, that is that for today. We hope you all enjoyed our video. You apologise for the absence of Stephen, but I'm not at my father's this evening.
What's something? You trying to say something? Well,
Maybe
I'm outside here.
Maybe I'll convince Stephen
say.
to do a video with me next weekend if I'm not too busy writing law essays or any essays at all. Thank you and
Yeah.
good night.
We're going to do a few videos tonight, and they should hopefully be uploaded either tomorrow or today.
Yeah, but I
Hopefully
might
today.
stagger them and do it. So we might stagger and do them sort of like one today. We'll put up another one tomorrow.
Yeah, but you're never going to do that because you're a lazy shit.
When I'm going to be on your computer, so I'll just text you and tell you to put them up. Oh. Okay, let's go. Right, ta-da. Okay, you can touch it.